So we still have to update the standard pivot template XAML and code to put in our all and favorites lists and bring it all together so that we can actually run this puppy. So let's do that. Come here to the solution, we'll open up the main page XAML, and we'll substitute our version of this, and then take a look at it. You can see we've titled our pivot control Sonnets Plus, and we've set the title of our first pivot item to all. And we've bound that particular thing to the items collection of our main view model, and we use the first list box selection changed handler to handle taps in the all list. If we go look at the second pivot item, here's our second pivot item, and it's titled Favorites, and we bound it to the favorite items collection on our main view model, and we have a second list box selection changed event handler to handle taps in the favorites list. If we go over here to the code, let's take a look at what we changed here. So here's our first list box selection handler. This looks just like the list box selection changed in the basic Sonnets app, and you'll see that we just pass selected item as a query parameter to our details page. That indicates that this came from the all list. If we look at the second list box selection changed event handler, you'll see that we not only interact with the second list box, and we pass the selected item. You see we've added this from favorites query parameter so that the details page knows to retrieve the selected item from the favorite items collection on the main view model, not the items collection on the main view model. And that's it. Of course, we have our About click as we had in the main Sonnets app. We're ready to rock and roll. Let's save all this and see it in action. All right, there we go. Here's our pivot control. You can see we've got two lists in our pivot. Here's our list of 154 sonnets. Here's our list of our favorites, which has nothing in it right now. So let's go down and pick our favorite sonnet, once again to A Summer's Day. And you can see we now have the word sonnet, and we've got the Roman numerals for the sonnet. And this isn't favorited yet because there's no gold star. We tap the app bar icon, and look, now there's a gold star. And when we go back, we'll see, of course, it still remains in the all list, but now the favorites list has our favorite sonnet in it. Let's go back to the all list and pick a couple others, add them as favorites. And if we go over to our favorites list, you can now see we've got 3 favorites. But let's say that Sonnet 13, we've just fallen out of love with you. It just doesn't speak to us anymore. We come back over here, we click the Toggle Favorites button, the gold star goes away, and when we go back to the list, it's gone, just the way we want it. What we've seen here is that we have now a way of dealing not only with persistent data, in this case we used a flat XML file inside isolated storage. We also have seen how we can show multiple views on the same list using the pivot control. And we've shown how we can use query parameters being passed to a page to change the behavior of the page, in this case the way the details page determines whether it picks up the selected sonnet from the favorites list or from the all list. We're done with flat files in isolated storage. Next up, we're going to convert this same app to work with a database in isolated storage, which will be slightly different because we don't have to read and write the entire thing. We can update an individual sonnet one at a time.